Hey there, you looking kinda cute. Please consider subscribing and check out our Patreon for more. Enjoy the video. Auntie gave me a long blue nylon gown to sleep in on the first night I stayed over as my new self. I usually slept on her sofa when I stayed over, but since we were both women, she invited me to sleep in her big bed with her this time. She really did treat me like a girl. We talked about how I felt, what I wanted to do, what girls do, what boys do, how I should act, etc., as we laid there. Until I fell asleep. That was the first of several nights like that. Two women are sharing a bed and talking to each other. I was a girl the whole first weekend. 3 days straight of being a girl. Auntie never let me forget that I was a lady for a second. I was completely happy. We went out and did some shopping at a big mall on Sunday. Again, I should have been scared to wear a dress out, but I wasn't. I really wanted to be seen like that. She bought me my own clothes, including briefs, a padded bra, hose for garters, pantyhose, and a garter belt. All of the clerks thought I was a woman, which makes sense since I looked, felt, and acted like one. We went shopping for shoes that were right for my age. I could try them on and get used to walking in heels, which I could do easily by then. I had no problem sitting in a skirt with a shoe salesman at my feet and keeping my legs together. I had learned well from my mistakes. My aunt was happy for me. As we talked more about how much I wanted to be a girl, Auntie told me that I might not be able to do this forever. I told her I was happy being a girl and didn't want to be a boy, at least not to live as one. But for now, I'd have to live a double life. She helped me see what was wrong. We talked about the bad things about being a woman, like how people talk down to them and treat them, how a woman should always be careful around men. In the business world, the glass ceiling. All of that was fine with me. I told her that it wasn't easy to be a man, especially if you weren't a jock like everyone else. As a girl, I was more sure of myself than I had ever been as a boy. This was probably because I looked better and felt better about myself. As mother and daughter, we went out a lot more. Even though I can wear her clothes, she bought me a lot more things. When I was dressed as a girl, I looked at boys and they looked at me. When they came up to me, I felt comfortable talking to them. When one boy started talking to me, we got to know each other. And he asked me out on a date. It finally happened. I thought he was handsome and nice, so I said yes before I even knew it. Auntie thought it would be fine as long as I was careful and remembered to be a lady. She was as sure as I was that I was a woman. I was wearing a skirt, sweater, stockings, and heels. We went to a movie after my date picked me up at the agreed-upon time. He put his arm around me during the show, and it felt good. After that, we went to get something to eat and then went for a long walk. We talked about everything and nothing. It was a boy-girl talk. He tried to impress me, and I tried to make him happy. I was careful about what words I used and how I talked to keep it feminine. Other than that, I had no worries as a young woman on her first date. He took me home and kissed me goodnight on the cheek after thanking me for a nice evening. This made me even more sure that I wanted to be a girl. Auntie was proud of me for how well I dealt with all of this when I told her. She was sure I would do it. She also wasn't shocked that I liked it. When school started again, I went back to being a boy, even though I was still a girl in my heart. Only on the weekends could I be a girl. At least it's better than nothing. I realized that I didn't see boys as anything other than competitors, but I started to see girls differently. I was jealous of them, so I watched what they did, how they moved, and what they wore. I felt like I could understand them because I knew how they felt, what they thought, and how their clothes felt. I wanted to be one of them, a sister more than ever. Maybe I had also changed because the girls were nicer to me than they ever had been. Maybe they could feel how much I wanted to be their sister. I didn't have the confidence that most boys my age have. I got to know girls in ways that had never been done before. I met a cute girl named Evie. We spent more time together and got to know each other better. We found out that we had many things in common, more than she expected. In the end, I told her I liked to dress like a girl. She didn't seem too surprised by that. But she did say that she thought I was different from the other boys. She wasn't hurt, though. She wanted to see what I was wearing. I thought I could trust her, and I wanted to trust her. So I asked her to come see me at my aunt's house one Saturday. I opened the door when she came in. "Hi, I'm Evie. I'm supposed to meet Bobby at this address. Is he here?" "Hi, Evie, I'm Bobby." When she saw me, her jaw dropped in shock. I was wearing a miniskirt, hose, high heels, and a sweater. I had red lipstick and fingernails that went with it. My hair was styled. She said, "Oh my gosh, Bobby, you're so pretty. You had me completely fooled." Evie still couldn't say anything. I finally said something. "Well, are you offended, happy, or what? Say something. What do you think of me now?" "No, of course not." "Why should I be offended? I think you're great. You obviously enjoy doing this. You're a beautiful girl and a wonderful guy. I get 2 for 1. Offended? No way." I was totally calm after that. We talked with each other all afternoon. I talked about where I came from and how I felt. Evie was very understanding. We went out as friends that night. Even though she was sworn to keep quiet, that was the start of a beautiful friendship. Evie taught me things about being a young girl that Auntie had either missed or forgotten. She made me want to be a woman even more. We were best friends all through high school, both as girls and as boy-girl pairs. Evie and I went to college together after high school and shared a small apartment. I wanted to sign up as a woman, but it was too hard and confusing to change my name and gender. Auntie and I talked about me becoming a girl for good. I would have done it before, but I wasn't sure about doing it with Evie, so I kept living 2 lives. I went to classes as a man, but when we went out, we were 2 women. We 2 women got jobs as library helpers at the college during the summer break. I still felt more comfortable living as a woman. My hair was very long, so I kept it in a ponytail. My ears were pierced so I could wear earrings, and I used makeup and skincare products to keep my skin and face looking feminine. I kept my weight down by watching what I ate, even though I was already thin by nature. My whole body was shaved and taking herbal hormones. I had learned how to put on makeup and do my hair so well that I looked and felt like a real woman. The summers were too short, and it was heaven for a woman to work with other women. Soon after I graduated, Evie got a job as a teacher, and I got a job in technical sales that required a lot of travel and gave me the chance to dress as someone else when I was out of town. I tried to make some sales calls as a woman, saying that I was filling in for my male self, who was in jail or something. I thought it was very helpful because I could get in when and where male salespeople couldn't. It was also fun to be a woman in a field where men were the majority. One of my biggest clients was a business run by a woman who was also a feminist. As a woman, I was treated with kindness. When it was necessary, a few drinks and a few smiles were all it took to close many deals. At some point, it became too hard to keep up with 2 different people. So I finally decided to show the world who I really was, a girl. I'm sure Auntie knew from the start that I was meant to be a woman. My life as a girl is so much better now. I'm very happy. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out Patreon for a lot more content and early access to YouTube videos.